If you're over 70 and still doing these 7 things, you may be making life harder for yourself without even realizing it. The scary part is that most of these habits do not feel dangerous. They feel normal. They feel comfortable. That is exactly why so many people continue doing them for years. Then one day they notice they are walking slower, getting tired faster, or struggling with tasks that once felt easy. Many people think this is simply aging. But sometimes it is not just age. Sometimes it is the result of small daily habits quietly adding up over time. Before we begin, take a second to join our community by subscribing to the channel. We share simple health and healthy aging tips designed for real people. Also, let me know in the comments, which daily habit do you think becomes most harmful after age 70? Let's start with the first habit. Habit number 7. Sitting for hours without moving. This habit has become incredibly common. Many people spend hours watching television, sitting in a favorite chair, using a computer, or simply staying in one place for most of the day. It feels relaxing. It feels safe. But the body was designed to move. When movement decreases, muscles may gradually become weaker. Joints can become stiffer. Everyday activities such as climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or getting out of a chair may begin feeling more difficult than they once did. The challenging part is that this change usually happens slowly, not in a week, not in a month, but over years. That is why many health experts encourage regular movement throughout the day, even if it is only short walks, light stretching, or simple household activities. Now let's move to another habit that many people ignore. Habit number 6. Ignoring persistent pain. Pain is the body's way of getting attention. Yet many older adults say things like, "It's just my age," or "It will probably go away." Sometimes it does. But when pain keeps returning week after week, many people start changing their lives around it. They walk less. They exercise less. They avoid activities they once enjoyed. Over time, that can lead to even less movement and even more difficulty staying active. The important thing is not to ignore ongoing symptoms that continue affecting daily life. And here is what surprises many people. The next habit is something millions of seniors do every morning without thinking twice about it. It seems harmless, but over time it may quietly affect strength, energy, and overall health in ways most people never expect. Many people believe that getting weaker after 70 is unavoidable. But sometimes the real problem is not aging itself. It is the daily habits that slowly chip away at strength without people noticing. One of those habits is surprisingly common. Habit number 5. Eating too little protein. Think about how your meals have changed over the years. Many seniors eat smaller portions than they did when they were younger. Some skip meals. Others fill up on toast, crackers, or simple snacks because they are quick and convenient. The problem is that the body still needs nutrients to help maintain muscle. Muscle is not only important for lifting things. It helps you stand up, walk confidently, climb stairs, and stay independent. When people do not get enough protein as part of a balanced diet, they may find it harder to maintain strength as they age. What makes this habit dangerous is that it often happens quietly. Nobody wakes up one morning and suddenly feels weak. The change usually happens little by little. Now let's talk about another habit that seems harmless, but can affect how a person feels throughout the day. Habit number 4. Drinking too little water. Many seniors simply do not drink enough water. Sometimes they are busy. Sometimes they do not feel thirsty. Sometimes they avoid drinking because they do not want to make extra trips to the bathroom. But water plays an important role in many body functions. When people become dehydrated, they may feel tired, sluggish, or less energetic than usual. They may even mistake dehydration for normal aging. A friend once told me that he thought getting older was the reason he felt exhausted every afternoon. After paying more attention to hydration, he realized that his daily routine had included very little water. The interesting thing is that many people focus on vitamins, supplements, and special products while overlooking one of the simplest habits of all. And here is something even more surprising. The next habit often starts after dinner. Most people never connect it to strength, balance, or independence. Yet it can affect how they feel when they wake up, how much energy they have during the day, and even how active they are willing to be. In fact, this next habit is so common that millions of people over 70 do it every single night without realizing the impact it may have over time. Habit number 3. Poor sleep habits. Many people think sleep only affects how tired they feel the next day. The truth is that sleep can influence many parts of daily life. When someone regularly stays up late, wakes up often during the night, or struggles to get quality rest, they may notice changes in their energy, focus, and motivation. Think about how different a day feels after a bad night's sleep. Simple tasks feel harder. Walking feels more tiring. Even small problems seem bigger. Over time, poor sleep can make it more difficult to stay active and maintain healthy routines. The surprising part is that many seniors accept poor sleep as a normal part of aging and never try to improve it. Now let's move to another habit that sounds smart, but can quietly create new problems. Habit number 2. Avoiding physical activity. Because of fear. This usually starts with good intentions. Someone worries about falling. Someone worries about getting injured. Someone worries about pain. So they begin moving less and less. At first, it feels safer, but the body responds to what it does regularly. When movement decreases, muscles may gradually become weaker. Balance may become less steady. Everyday activities can start feeling more challenging. The goal is not to do dangerous exercises. The goal is simply to keep moving in safe and appropriate ways. Many people are surprised to learn that avoiding movement completely can sometimes create the very problems they were trying to avoid. And now we come to the final habit on our list. It is not about food. It is not about exercise. It is not about sleep. Yet it may influence all three. Many people dismiss it as a normal part of getting older, but it can quietly affect motivation, activity levels, and overall quality of life. And once this habit becomes part of a person's routine, it can be surprisingly difficult to reverse. Habit number 1. Pulling away from people and activities. This final habit may not seem like a health issue at first, but it can affect almost every part of life. Many people become less social as they get older. They stop attending community events. They stop visiting friends as often. They give up hobbies they once enjoyed. Little by little, their world becomes smaller. The problem is that staying connected often gives people reasons to stay active, both physically and mentally. A walk with a friend, a visit with family, a hobby group, a volunteer activity. These things may seem simple, but they help keep people engaged with life. When those connections disappear, it often becomes easier to spend more time sitting, moving less, and losing motivation. And that brings us to the biggest lesson from today's video. Most of the habits we discussed do not cause problems overnight. Sitting too much, ignoring pain, eating too little protein, drinking too little water, poor sleep, avoiding movement, pulling away from people. Each habit may seem small on its own, but together they can slowly make daily life more difficult. The good news is that positive habits work the same way. A short walk, an extra glass of water, a better sleep routine, a healthy meal, a phone call to a friend. Small choices repeated often can have a powerful impact over time. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Before you go, I have one question for you. Which of these 7 habits do you think affects older adults the most? Share your answer in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing and joining our growing community. Thank you for watching, and remember, it is never too late to make small changes that support a healthier, more active, and more independent life.